Hey everyone, this is Joe from Gentleman Stationer. I got some new stuff in the shop today and I thought it would be fun just to do a quick video of me exploring this for the first time. So this is what's called a Ro-Biki Note canvas cover. It's a sort of like a traveler's style notebook, but it's made by Yamamoto Paper, the paper distributor out of Japan. This is one of their house brand products. So what they've done and why I think these things are so cool is that, they have the tall, skinny notebook, similar to the Traveler's system, but it's actually even thinner than the Traveler's. Let me be back real quick, and I'm going to grab a Traveler's notebook or Traveler's size notebook. All right, so we're back, and what I grabbed was a standard size Traveler's notebook, the Tokyo edition from last year, and also a Ro-Biki Traveler's Notebook sized refill. So you can see that the Ro-Biki notebook is the same, general A5 slim, but it's almost, I guess, half a real A5. So if you took an A5 refill and cut it literally in half lengthwise, you would have the Ro-Biki, the correct size of the Ro-Biki refill. But, I enjoy slimmer notebooks. I've talked about in the past how I take notes in a list style most of the time. And it's very helpful for me to have that, long, narrow format, because sometimes I don't go all the way across a page. And, here you've got a couple different layouts of refills. All of this paper, I understand, is fountain pen friendly. I have not tested it yet, or all of the refills yet. This one is lined. They have this nice wax paper cover, which is going to age very well. But Yamamoto Paper has access to all sorts of different paper from different Japanese brands. This is a ruled refill. This is a Clyde style 2mm grid refill. And this is a reticle grid refill. So how these work, it's very similar to the Traveler's Notebook. The cover is actually made of canvas and cotton cloth. So you stick the first refill, let's start with this one, into the back. And they actually include a set of 2 rubber bands. And if you're going to connect refills and do multiple refills, you do it the same way that you connect a Traveler's Notebook refill, which is you put the 2 books back to back, slip the rubber band over the top. And I'm going to go ahead and do that here. So I'm going to set one of these things up. This is cool. I like playing with new notebook systems, as you all know. So these are very, very, very thin rubber bands. I don't know that I would try to use them for much else other than connecting the refills in this system. But we'll see how this goes. I'm actually going to take the paper cover off, the label off while I do that. Just make sure that you turn to the center of the notebook, and then you slide your rubber band, your connecting rubber band, over the 2. So then you've got 2 notebooks connected together. Slide that, make sure that rubber band is slid all the way down. Then of course you slide one of the refills into the case, and you have your Ro-Biki cloth cover with 2 notebooks connected. Now they do say that you can use the rubber bands and connect a third, and we'll try that in a second to see how if at all it affects the usability of the cover. I do want to talk about this cover and a little bit of the functionality here. This canvas cover has an integrated zipper pouch, which I've always thought was cool. You could put pencils, erasers, pencil sharpeners, and then you've got, of course, your outside stationary pouch where you can stick a pen, some scissors or whatever. See if I can find the packaging, but the packaging on the Ro-Biki cover has a picture of people stuffing a pair of scissors, a ruler, all sorts of office supplies and travel accessories into the pouch, and it gives you kind of a pen case notebook combination. Each notebook also ships with a Velcro strap. so that when you're on the go and you're not working, you can strap your notebook closed. It's kind of an interesting system. Dispensing with the elastic that the Traveler's Notebook uses and similar notebook systems use, because this is pretty durable. This is gonna stay closed. Don't lose it though, and it does have a little pen loop there where you can stick a pen. All right, so let's see how this works if we do a third notebook. And I'm going to choose the reticle grid because I love reticle grid, and I wish more people used that layout. That's the center of the notebook. All right, so now you've got 3 notebooks bound together into Ro-Biki. You've got your first refill up here, the front. Got your second refill, then you got your third refill. And honestly, that's still pretty good. So I like this system. It's a nice little notebook system. The rubber bands lay flat against the refill, and that's a nice it's a nice way to bind these notebooks together without without having to use elastic cords and worrying about the elastic cord stretch. You can just get other rubber bands. You could probably use the Traveler's rubber bands as well, and it will work. I do want to see if I can buy some more of these notebook rubber bands because I do like how flat they lay against the refill, and I'm sure somebody makes them, and we can find a source for them. But anyway, that is the Yamamoto Ro-Biki Note canvas cover, and this is going to be available in the shop at some point in the near future. If not by the time you see this video. I ordered a bunch of these, and I have several different refills. There's a bunch of refills with different cover designs, somewhat limited paper options. So they do have reticle grid. They have a reticle graph, the 2mm grid, and then the ruled. And then there's a bunch of covers with constellation astrology designs that are with blank paper, cream blank paper. All of it's supposed to be fountain pen friendly. I may post some writing samples somewhat later, either up on the blog or on Instagram. But thanks for watching. And one last announcement before we go. Many of you have asked about this notebook here, which is the Ro-Biki A5 Slim, which fits both Traveler's Company refills and Ro-Biki refills. We are bringing this back, and it should arrive at some point in the next week or so. I've gotten a shipment notification from Germany that these are on their way. And our version is not going to look exactly like this. I believe it's going to have a special color that we've chosen on the outside, along with a suede interior. And the format will be a little bit more updated, consistent with Ro-Biki's new styling, given that this one's about 7 or 8 years old. But the slim Ro-Biki's will be back. We've been working on a special release with Ro-Biki, so many thanks to them for making it possible. So you will have 3 different options for at least 3 different options for an A5 Slim notebook system, since we also now have the Lockbee Voyager, which I'll be talking about in a future video. But anyway, wanted to make that little announcement first before I took off for the evening. Just to let you know, Patreon members, you all will be receiving first crack at purchasing these. I fully expect there will be plenty left over after Patreon has their first dibs, because we've made a lot of them, and we can make more. There's no limit on them. So stay tuned. You should see the announcement in the next week or so, and I'm really excited to bring this back. This is one of my favorite notebooks of all time, and definitely look for more on those as the weeks go by. Thank you.